Hi, y'all. My name is Denasia, and I'm a 22-year-old type A Black girl from Las Vegas who just moved to New York City last year to work for L'Oreal as a financial analyst.
Hey y'all, my name is Faith, and I'm a 23-year-old type A Black girl from AZ living in Denver, working remotely for Cisco as a business analyst.
This season is finally here, and we can't wait to share more about our personal lives, working big girl jobs,
relationships, and life in general as type A Black girls. Hope you enjoy.
Hi, guys. Welcome back.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Type A Black Girls.
Season 7, episode
7. 7. Yes.
7. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so we're going to dive right into our classroom announcements. Y'all know the drill. We want you to click the link in this episode description and our link tree so you guys can join our GroupMe. The girlies have been really active in there. We've been talking up a storm.
Yeah.
We've been having bots in there talking up a storm. Faith's birthday, the bot first of all, the bot came in there asking for money for a PlayStation with this fake sob story. And then the girlies were like, you can't even say happy birthday? Like... And the bot gonna say happy birthday, and then be like, "I'm sorry," and then I kicked the bot out because it was just like it's slow for that. So happy birthday to Faith! Oh my god, this is like this is like the first episode we've had with the birthdays. Okay, so update number 1 for Run before we get started: Faith's birthday.
Yeah,
and if you guys don't know, you'll find out in a second what the second big news is.
Exactly.
But before we talk about that. We have our book club first ever meeting for Verity by Colleen Hoover on December 10th. So if you haven't read it, you still have time. It's definitely one of the best books I've read in a very long time.
Top 5 for me right now in life.
Easily. And if you love like mysteries, like not scary really, it's just mystery and craziness, like you'll love it. So we're gonna have that meeting on December 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be giving you guys reminders ahead of time. Join the GroupMe because we'll be dropping the link in the GroupMe as well as in our Instagram bio, so stay tuned for that. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hopefully you guys are watching us right now. We're at 184. We don't have that much longer to 200.
We don't. And we got some good things coming in season 8, so I need y'all to get it together.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm going to say.
The pep talk is crazy.
Get it together. We know we have more than 200 watchers. Definitely more than 200 listeners. So go ahead and pause, pump the brakes. Okay. Go to YouTube, follow, subscribe, watch some things, because I will say YouTube may or may not be getting real good very soon.
Very, very soon. Okay. And on that note, we also may or may not be having a Type A Black Girls meetup.
Yes.
In the near future. So if you live in the New Jersey, New York area, I think you should join the GroupMe. You might find out a little some soon if you want to meet us and other Black girls in the area. So we just gonna leave it at that for now.
That part.
And then we also have exciting news. Okay, so as you guys know, this past season, season 6, we had our very first Type A Black Girls baby.
Yes.
When we had our baby episode, and love the Black babies, right?
Yes.
Type A Black babies. TABB. But one of our listeners, her name is Gio. She is currently expecting. Actually, I don't think we know if it's a boy or girl.
We know it's a girl.
Oh, it is a baby girl. Yes. Okay. So everybody say congratulations to Gio. We told her we would shout her out on the pod. So, we wish you a very safe pregnancy. Send us pictures. It's that season.
Yeah.
Show me that baby.
Huh? It's that season for her. When you said it's that season, I'm like,
oh yeah. Girl, it's not for me.
Say that. Birth control taken every morning. Okay.
Listen.
But yeah, congrats to Gio. Very safe pregnancy. I am so excited. And if you guys have any more Type A Black babies, please let us know.
Oh, or just Type A Black announcements, realistically.
Yes.
If you graduate in December, if you are getting married, if you ever having a baby, I don't care what it is. Like, just let us know, because we know you guys, even though we don't know you, but like we recognize you guys' names and stuff. And we'll be like, oh, you see so-and-so had a baby, so-and-so did this.
Yeah.
Because we're excited for you guys. And like you guys, we're all besties in our head. Realistically, like, especially if you guys have been rocking with us from a while, like Gio has been listening to us since like
for a minute. We've seen her name it for a lot in the likes and in the DMs. We've seen her. So it's like full circle. Attention.
We pay
exactly.
attention. So
Yeah.
definitely like keep us posted, guys. But this episode we have a lot to uncover, a lot of topics to talk about,
Yeah.
some life announcements on our own side.
That part.
So I'm gonna let Faye tell her announcement. I'm gonna run through my rose button thorn real quick
Yep.
because this whole episode is about to be a lot of updates, right?
Yeah.
So my rose is that I went to Puerto Rico last week, and as you guys know, I think I talked about this, but it was Sam, my pro fights, and my dean, my bestie. It was her birthday, so we went to Puerto Rico, and I literally, for one, I think I had my top 3 drunkest nights.
Oh.
So let me first start off by just explaining La Placita. So La Placita is like the Puerto Rican strip, basically. Like it's just a string of bars. Like everybody goes out there. It's where all the young people hang out at. It's just like it's the place to go to, right? So we saw all these TikToks of people being like, "You gotta go to La Placita." So on Saturday night, we was like, "Okay, let's go." The first bar, we did a bar crawl for starters. So we started getting tore up the first bar because when they found out it was it was a birthday trip and we was all there for Sam and it was her birthday at midnight. They was like shot, like consistently. But the shots were actually good, moms. Like usually I'll be ducking shots, but they was like mango shots, coconut shots, like.
Oh, I know that's right.
So I could get behind this, right? Yeah. So they was just throwing shots at us. Our tour guide, I don't know her actual name, but she was fun. Like she found out it was her birthday. She was like, "Oh, baddies." I think that's the only word in English she knew. I'm not gonna hold you. She was like, "Baddie, shot o'clock, baddie." She kept by every single time that she came by us. She brought a whole new plate of shots, and we was tore up. Like by the second bar, tore up, right? Oh, and we also ran into some swords, which was crazy because in the group, like it was a whole bar crawl. So there was a huge group that we were going with. And we had run into some of them, like they were only the black people on the trip. So we had went to go talk to them and it was something on their shirt that said like Stephanie the Stallion or something like that. It was Stephanie the Stallion's 40th birthday. So we had ran into them and we were like, "Oh, hi," like said hi and stuff. And then when we got to the second bar, that's when things started getting real rowdy because that was actually the only bar that wasn't playing just Bad Bunny and like Spanish music. So they was playing like actual hip hop and they was playing Nicki and stuff. So the first encounter with that was that Knuck If You Buck came on. And you know, me and Sam, the Reds, we said, "Okay, yeah." We wasn't strolling because obviously we was like this, we wasn't gonna stroll in Puerto Rico. But then we heard a ooh ooh from the corner. I said, me and Sam looked at each other, we said, "You heard that?" So we ooh back. And they ooh back. We turned around. And they was like, and literally we had like, we didn't even know the same strolls. It didn't matter. We was all on one line just strolling. And when I tell you them Puerto Rican people, hey, probably ain't never seen no Delta stroll in life.
Probably not on their For You page, is what I'm thinking.
Probably not. It was probably giving what is a stroll in the search bar. Altogether, it was insane. La Placita was insane. We went to like one bar and we were there for like an hour and a half. And I've never been more toe up. Like literally lost track of time. Toe up. Only people up in there, just all on the dance floor, going crazy. There's a video of me on a chair. And I said, "Who let me on that chair?" And we had, bro, I don't know. And I had on a long dress. Kiana had a long dress. By the end of the night, the dresses were up here. Like, literally up. And Nicole was like, "I don't even know where the fabric went." I don't know where it went either. I don't know. But let's just say we woke up with bruises.
Moms.
Yes. Sam woke up, her Telfar still on her, like she just left the club.
Crazy.
And gum in her mouth. And Kiana was like, "Oh my God, like when you were asleep, I was scared because you kept moaning. I knew you were drunk." Because we all bought her shots at midnight and we had already, baddie shot o'clock had been happening every 10 minutes before that. So like we was already like being scooped. So what? Literally, baddie shot o'clock had been happening. We get home. And we were just trying to get to bed. That was just the main objective. So we just made sure Sam was tucked in real nice and tight. I didn't even know she still had her cell phone on. Kiana was like, she kept making noises in her sleep and she got scared. She was like, "What's wrong with her? Like, why she keep moaning?" She was like, "You just kept moaning. It was scaring me." And Sam was like, "I was trying to tell you I had gum in my mouth. And you was not, I just couldn't tell you. Like, I was just so gone." She literally woke up chewing.
Sick work.
Sick work, right?
Mhm.
So night Saturday was real fun. Sunday was also fun. That was her actual birthday, so we did a beach thing. We was at dinner and stuff. And then on Monday we had our rainforest day, right? And y'all already know I can't swim. So when I saw on the itinerary that we was going to do a natural water slide and all these water activities and a listen, this is what it's some of the things, 20 to 30 minute light easy hike. So we are coming into it not thinking it's going to be nothing crazy, right? Kiana's not even wearing hiking shoes. She got on sandals in Ivy Park. We was not we was not ready for no hike, right? So we had to drive an hour in a Sprinter van with all the other people that are a part of our like tour group. And the main tour guide, she was actually white. And we found out she's from West Virginia. Not sure how she started doing tour guides in Puerto Rico, but hey, right? So yeah, the second that we stepped foot off that van, that lady literally started running our entire group like it was the Marines. She was like, listen, this is a rainforest. If it rains, you can't be mad. I'm like, what?
What? It was a pre-rec.
Like, I didn't know this was not a part of the booking listing. Like, literally it said easy, beautiful trail. We was not thinking this was gonna be nothing crazy. She's like, you can't bring no towels. You can only have one phone per group. Don't sit here taking pictures the whole time. I will take pictures for you. You can only have one like actual phone to put in the dry bag. She had like a bag that would keep everything dry. She's like, only one phone per group. Don't expect to be carrying stuff. If you want anything that you think you might get wet and it gets wet, we're not liable. She looks at Kiana and she's like, oh, you don't got no real shoes on. You got to go in the lost and found, girl. Lost and found in question is literally a pile in this like shack of old shoes they found in the forest. And I said, that's the lost and found in question. Luckily for me, I was being hella overprepared. I brought water shoes. So she literally wore water shoes up the whole hike. But literally this lady like had us freaking out. She put on all these life vests on us. And I was like, what are we about to get into? And she's like, just so y'all know, if you cannot survive the first half of this hike, you're not going to make it to the second.
Survive?
I said survive. That terminology is actually insane. Moms, when I tell you, I felt like Lewis and Clark. There was no clear path. We are dead ass rock climbing.
What?
Rock climbing up a mountain, moms.
No.
And it had rained that morning, so everything was muddy. Everything was muddy. I was covered in mud by the end of the trail. We are walking through a legit river, right? And there's these Dutch people a part of our group. They was real weird. I thought they were siblings, but they was acting real incestual. Like, they was taking videos. It was two sisters and one brother. The brother started taking a video of the two sisters. They gonna lift their shirts up, show their bras, and start jumping up and down together. I said, ew, like...
I didn't know they were sisters.
Because they look just alike. Like, they all look identical. But I was like, maybe, I don't know. It was really weird. Like,
yeah.
If they were sisters and the brother was recording, that's even weirder, right?
Yeah.
So, like, the Swedish, the Denmark people were walking in front of us, and, like, they were pretty tall. So, like, I was kind of, like, leading our group. Like, we were kind of taking turns staggering. And we had to get to the river part, and the Denmark people went, but they were taller. So, like, the water looked like it only went to their calves. I'm 5'3". When I went in that river, the noise that came out of me, moms, it was freezing cold water, like freezing, like you know when you go into the shower and you think it's hot, but it's actually still cold. You go, yeah. But literally up to my hips, like in water, trudging through the river, and the girl gonna go, oh yeah, by the way, guys, river water is always cold and beach water is always warm. Just FYI, because before that we went to the beach and the water was warm.
Yeah. Dang.
No, we are literally going through like rocks in the water. And she's like, be careful not to slip because all the rocks are like smooth. So literally, this is still the first easy part. Then we get to the actual hard where we have to go like, it's literally a steep incline up the mountain. And she's like, it may not look like you can go up this, but trust me, there's indentions. You just got to know where to put your hands and feet. But she goes first. I'm like, where do we put our hands and feet? I dead ass said absolutely not. She was like, absolutely yes, we got it. No, like I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Our group was always the last to get through everything. And they were like, oh, like, you know, like this is the part of it. Da, da, da. I said, no, on Airbnb, this said a 20 to 30 minute easy trail, easy, beautiful trail. What are we doing?
This is not easy breezy beautiful right now.
At all. Not CoverGirl. The only good thing that happened out of it is that there was no mosquitoes and no wildlife, which is kind of scary because Hurricane Maria apparently wiped out all the wildlife.
What?
Girl, they killed the monkeys. I'm so serious. Like they killed the monkey, like any like wild, like we did not see not one wildlife, anything, no animals at all the entire trip in that forest.
Gosh.
And they're like, yeah, like it killed the mosquitoes. We don't know if they'll ever come back.
Well,
I said, well, maybe that's not a loss. No. But the monkeys, bro, are you kidding me?
That's insane.
That's insane. We're in a rainforest and there's no animals.
Dang.
Even in the water, like the only thing in the water in the river when we first came was chickens. Like no fish, no nothing.
Oh, good.
It was scary. Yeah, but anyway, so we're literally trudging through. So that marked the first half, right? And at that point, she had said, if you cannot survive the first half of the river, like, and what we're doing, you cannot make it to the second. So at that point, Kiana and Candace sat down. They was like, y'all got it. We just gonna chill by the little river and we just gonna do it. But Sam, I was like, me and her, the only ones that had braids also. So we was like, we might as well just go full throttle. We done made it this far, right? I already got a pit in my stomach because I know I can't swim. So I really don't even know why I was even up there, to be honest. We have to go like through these little small caves, moms. Like when I'm talking, like we are squeezing through rocks, like to get up to the top where this like slide is, right? Now this slide, it's not man-made, like it's a real natural slide, right? Mm-hmm. But what they didn't tell you is that when you get off the slide, it's a 10 feet plunge into the water. So I don't know how I ended up going first out of me and Sam. I don't know how I ended up going first. But when I laid down to like go down the slide, all that river water just shot down my back. So I started panicking because it was so cold. And I was like, before I even got down the slide. So I'm going down the slide and I start panicking because I realized I have not ever jumped in no body of water ever. I always do a little 2-step down the steps. I never jumped in no body of water. I never plunged. I never nothing. I was like, oh, like I gotta plug my nose or something. I go to plug my nose, still got my nose ring in.
Yep.
Unprepared. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, I gotta hold it. So I'm freaking out. And then once I get off the slide, I'm still in the air. It's a couple seconds. Oh shit, like what's going on? So at this point, my fight and flight is like on 1,000. Yeah. By the time I hit that water and it's freezing, and I literally just felt myself like flail. Like in the videos, I'm literally flailing, like trying to get to the top. And all I knew was that I couldn't open my eyes and I couldn't feel nothing and I couldn't feel the ground, which I knew was gonna happen. But I couldn't, you know, when you can't feel that ground, that's when that panic starts setting in. Yeah. And the life vest I had on smelled terrible. She ain't never washed them things ever. We were sitting around like, dang, this forest stink, man. Like, what's going on? We realized it was us. The life vest smelled terrible. So I'm in this stinky life vest. I'm panicking. As soon as I reach the top and I break that water, I said, help! I just started screaming.
Life vest on?
I did, but that was enough for me. It wasn't enough. I couldn't feel the ground. I started panicking and I was like, I dead ass can't swim. And right before I got down the slide, she gonna say, also, by the way, don't go too far because the current is strong and it'll take you right off the cliff. And this is as the cold water is shooting down my back. Like, I said, oh, you are kidding. You gotta be kidding.
Yeah. Why didn't she 5 minutes earlier for all of her stuff would have been perfect.
That's because she knew nobody would have came. Nobody would have came. She's talking about leave a 5-star review. Girl, bye. I'm not coming back. Literally, I was just panicking. Like, I literally started screaming bloody murder.
So you got off the slide. What happened? Where's the drop?
Plunged. The dropped, went deep, and had to flail my way back up. And then I started screaming for help because I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I just started panicking. And I knew I had a life vest on, but it was just like this, I can't describe the feeling. It was mainly the jump because me feeling the plunge was unexpected. Like, I thought it was going to be a cute little drop into the water, not like a poof. Yeah.
So I'm confused. So it was, when did you jump off the cliff?
Okay, so we're getting to that. So
Got-
after this, I said, hey, I could do anything. Because once I realized I was still alive, I said, wow, look at God. I could do it all, right?
Yeah.
So Sam does it, and then we're like, oh my God, like we're like on an adrenaline high. So I'm
Mhm.
like, yeah, let's go ahead and do the cliff too. We're gonna do the Tarzan. I'm feeling it because I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't even swim and I survived that.
Yeah.
Shout out to me, right?
That part.
So we get to like the cliff area and we start doing the Tarzan swing. That was the easiest because it was just a little Tarzan swing and it's really short. So you just drop right into the water. It's easy. Okay. Now the cliff, that every other thing that we did, there was something assisting you. Like the slide, it's like once you down that slide, you down a slide. You can't stop it. Once you're on the Tarzan swing, you got to jump off. The cliff is just you just jumping, right?
Mhm.
And I went on the little baby one. I didn't know that was still 20 feet. Until I got my ass up there. And Kiana yelling, talking about, I only got so much storage. She talk about, I need to hurry up and jump because she don't got that much storage. She taking a video. I'm like, bro, I was freaking out. I literally was the only person up there that was up there for at least 3 minutes. Like,
Oh,
and
bro,
they're
I
like,
saw.
and there's a whole other group that's like watching at the bottom too. So they're watching and they're like, you got it. And I'm like, no. So I tell Sam, go in front of me. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
She goes, the way this girl fell,
What do you
she
mean?
jumped off and was like close to the rock for one, and she fell like awkward, like she fell like flailing. Everybody was like, "Ooh!" when she fell. That was like,
because the thing is, I've fallen off of a cliff like that, and you see your hands and your feet,
yeah,
like first, and then the top of the water, and you're like, I'm about to die, bro.
literally that. So that made it worse. At that point, I was like, okay, well, she's already down there. If she can survive that, I can do it. When I tell you, I felt like this.
Oh yeah,
like,
pencil dive.
pencil straight. I could have been taking gold to the Olympics for that form. Because I was like, I'm not about to lose no limbs today.
Okay.
And after that, I packed it up. I went and put my shorts back on. I said, it's ready. It's time to go. But on the way back, the way down, remember that cliff we climbed up?
Mhm.
We had to go back down the same way. And that was way worse because it was even more slippery since we had already went down. We'd already came up the first time.
Yeah.
Moms, when I tell you everybody was slipping and falling, I slipped and busted my whole knee up. I have literally like a whole scratch in my hand. It was deep too. Like I was bleeding for half the entire trail.
No, moms.
It was terrible. And I go up to the lady. I'm like, hey, you got that big old bag. Where's the first aid kit? She talking about, oh, you got to rinse off in the river first, mamas. That wasn't my question, Book. I'm not rinsing off in no river. Rinse off in the river?
Oh.
I said, you don't got no Neosporin, no Band-Aid. She said, yeah, just rinse off in the river first. Literally would not give me no Band-Aid until I literally washed off my wounds in the river. I said, this is not hot girl of me. This is literally, Kiana was like, this is not where the baddies in Puerto Rico are at. We can get out of here right now.
Why was that a prereq? She didn't have any alcohol pads?
Like, what? Like, she did not have her first aid kit in the bag. And I'm like, so where is it? She talked about, oh, it's in the van. So I had to wait until we got to the van and literally got off the trail. It wasn't even really a trail for real.
Oh no.
It was absolutely insane. Like I was just like, man, I don't even know what's going on. So then she took forever to give me first aid kit. I realized why all the life vests smell like shit, because she went and washed all life vests in the same river with the chickens.
Moms
just started dunking them. No soap, no, just vibes. Just started dunking all of them, right? Pissed us off. And then I'm like, can I please get a Band-Aid? She finally gives me one. And then she's like, oh, guys, I got to go feed my cats. We're all waiting in the van, wet and mad. She hops out. She turns on the ignition and she stops. She said, oh, I forgot, guys. I got to go feed my cats. Takes some whatever nibble she had and goes and feeds all the hungry stray cats on the side of the road.
My cats?
I said, no, these are just stray cats.
It's an hour ride back. Oh,
it's an hour ride back, and it's already dark. it's already dark, right?
No.
And so our group, like it was me, Kiana, Candace, and Sam, right? Nicole had already left at this point to go back home. And like we was obviously not prepared. We didn't know what was gonna happen on this trail. We thought it was gonna be a cute little trail. We did not think it was gonna be dead ass rock climbing.
That.
Why when we parked and like she let us out, she came up to us and she was like, "Hey guys, by the way," because at this point, like Candace had been a little bit behind us, but only because she didn't know what she was getting herself into.
Yeah.
So like the tour guide kept coming behind to make sure she was good and like helping her, because when you have a big group like that, people in the front are going to keep on going ahead, and it's like you can't watch every single person to make sure they're being safe. So
Yeah.
she was making sure Candace was good, and like we're no tour guide, so we would stay back with her, but it's like we don't know where to go either.
Yeah.
She came up to us after the trail and was like, real snarky, like, she's like, "Just so you know, ladies, like next time, if you have a friend who you feel like isn't prepared for this trip or can't do it, you need to stay back with her, because I'm a tour guide and I have a whole group and I just can't stay back with one person." And we was like, what? Mind you, she's in the back making conversation, talking about, "Oh yeah, I grew up in West Virginia and I did," literally being so nice, like making sure everybody's in the back is good, right? And she's talking about, "Yeah, but I have a whole group, so I can't do that really. Like, you guys need to make sure you're watching out for her." I said, "Isn't it your, it's literally your job to guide.
Yeah.
If someone don't know where to go, how are we gonna be telling her what to do?"
That part.
Be
We don't
for
have
real.
a map. Even if
And then she'll talk about leave a 5-star review. I said, "Buki, I'm blasting you on the pod. Type A Black girls, do not book this, because take it from us. Like, they will literally act like if you are not some master trail person or like hiker, you can't do this." And I'm like,
they said easy in the title, right?
easy, yes. And all the people, I realized this is some white people shit, because all the people in the comments was like, "Oh, this was real fun, real great for the family." Somebody literally had a toddler and or newborn. I couldn't, I can't differentiate baby kids' ages. It was between the ages of 0 and 3.
No. Sliding it through the caves?
Sliding them through the caves, because literally we got to where the cave was, and we heard wah, wah, and I literally was like, "Oh, I must be going insane because I'm hearing baby noises." Because no way somebody brought their child on this freaking trail. How'd you get up the mountain?
No way.
Did you just throw them up there? Because there is no way you can climb while having a baby.
Oh.
It's impossible. And I'm just thinking about how all of us grown people were slipping and falling. Literally, my knee is tore up. Falling with a baby, like your baby will dead ass die on this trail. Yeah. The forest is taking her and the monkeys. Okay.
I do today.
I'm serious. Okay, yeah, but that was Puerto Rico, guys. I mean, if you guys want to know the trail and maybe you're feeling adventurous, I can link it, but I do not. 0 out of 10 recommend, right?
Yeah.
0 out of 10. Really quick, my bud is that I'm going to Texas tomorrow. It's my grandpa's 70th birthday, and my grandma's like planning a whole surprise birthday party for him. He's kind of onto it. So he'd be like, "What you up to, Charlene?" So he's been saying that, right? So he might be onto it, but I don't think he knows that like literally my family is coming. Almost all his grandkids are coming. His sister's coming. Like, we're all flying in. It's gonna be a whole thing. I feel like when you get a bunch of family together, though, it's always gonna be something. One cousin talking about she only bought a one-way flight. Don't know how she thinks she's getting home.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Just say love your grandpa. Don't come.
And at the moment, it's 18 people staying in my grandparents' house. And with 2 bathrooms.
Oh, I cannot wait for the stories.
So, I mean, I don't know. So I fly in tomorrow. We gonna see, but it's definitely gonna be a story to tell for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I haven't seen most of them. I literally haven't even seen my cousins in like years. Like, they used to be babies and now they be asking to make TikToks with us. So I will update y'all on that. It should be a good time.
Yeah.
And then my thorn, the reason why I literally have a migraine right now, like I'm fighting through for this episode, y'all. I'm not gonna hide. It's been a very, very long day. So for context, like my team for the most part is pretty chill at the moment because it's post Thanksgiving. Ain't nobody really got that much that's pressing. Like, we're not saving lives, right? Yeah. So there was one like project that came in and it was like a PowerPoint deck I'm supposed to be working on and stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool, I can knock that out. So I just start getting a head start on it because I knew it's probably gonna be due soon. Come to find out, it's literally being presented on Monday, which means the deck is probably due right now. Yeah. Right? So I'm like, okay. So I start panicking and just start working on it, even though I literally just got this request in today to start
Mhm.
putting everything together. I start editing all these graphs. I'm doing my whole nine, right? I mean, with my coworker, I'm telling him like, oh yeah, this is what's going on. Da 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 da. Somebody that's very very high up walks by and sees my screen and it's like, oh, you found the deck I was looking for. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I kind of just want to go over my expectations and like how I'm gonna go through it and stuff. I was like, oh, okay. Like I didn't even know. I had no context of nothing, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, just come to my office and we can meet at 5. I said, oh, like at 5? Okay,
Okay.
okay. Right. I guess I'm leaving late tonight, right?
Yeah.
5 comes around. Important person brings in another person. It's like, I want you to sit on this. And they're like, what is this for? He's like, oh, impromptu. We just need to talk about it. It's important. When I tell you, I was kind of blindsided by all of this because they're looking at me to lead the meeting because I had already started the slides. So they're looking at me like he literally gives me the thing like, you wanna plug into your screen? I was like, oh, okay. So I'm trying to get everything together, like pull up my screen, da 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 da, right? And I'm not even sharing my screen, so I can't have 2 screens. I'm literally like plugging it in and just displaying it on a bigger screen, right?
Yeah.
I start going through and I just start leading the meeting because I'm like, well, ain't nobody else talking, so I guess I got to start leading. This is
That's
insane. I'm the most junior in this room, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
start leading it and I'm going through the slides. And we go to the first slide, and this is an old deck that he's referring to kind of reference how we're going to build out the new deck, right? It's 109 slides. So I'm like, how do we want to go about this today, guys? Like, do you want to just kind of go through the ones that you had last time? He's like, yeah, go through the ones you had last time. I'm like, oh, all 109 of them. Okay. So I start off on number 1. I'm like, how's this? Nah, scratch that. We don't want that one there. Yeah, replace that one. I'm like, okay. So I'm literally writing my notes because I was not prepared to like be doing full out notes in this session, right?
Yeah.
I'm literally writing notes in the actual PowerPoint, like, okay, take this one out, like just on the fly, right? And my coworker next to me has a notepad. I didn't even have my notepad with me.
Mhm.
Second slide. Oh, actually, can you just take that slide and make it half of slide 3 and 4 and then replace that graph with that one? And then can you actually make that graph? Can you make sure that actually shows the past 5 years instead of 4? Yeah, okay. Next slide. Yeah, can we do this? Literally just starts spewing like every single request. Then I've never seen this. I've never seen this in real life. I've only seen it in movies. He's like, you know what? Actually, I don't even think we need to be going side by side. I can just draw out what my vision is for you so you can put it together. Pulls out pieces of paper and deadass just starts chicken scratching everything. And when I tell you, think of like the worst doctor prescription note you've ever gotten. This was worse.
No.
The handwriting was way worse. Just starts drawing random like squares and arrows and then be like, oh, you know what? Actually, scratch that. Was literally scratch it out, then redraw over it. And literally, when I got the sheet of paper, it looked like a child's painting or something. It was literally just like I had no clue where to even start. And literally just going so fast, like, okay, now slide 11. Yeah, do this. Da, 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 da. And I'm just trying to type and keep up. Like, it was the most chaotic and stressful thing I've ever been a part of.
What?
To date, as a corporate girly.
Oh my God.
And then, that one literally went on for an hour.
No.
A whole hour of just chicken scratch notes, drawing random graphs and being like, oh yeah, but I want to see that graph split in half, and I want you to show this year on one side and that year on one side, and then make that blue and then make that green and then make the. And I was just like, this can't be for real. And who's gonna put all this together? You know how many slides this is? We're going through 109 slides.
It's almost Christmas. And
then at the end be like, yeah. And I was like, can I just regroup with you and just make sure I understand the task completely? I literally didn't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Do I start with slide 1 or slide 30?
Okay.
I couldn't tell you. And I literally we just had to leave the meeting and be like, what just happened? Oh, and at the end being like, all right, guys, so let's regroup on Friday with the slides done. This is Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Slides done?
Presentations on Monday.
Moms, what the frick's going on?
What? Literally that. So I'm literally just trying to just put together what I think is a good deck to start guessing for real. guessing. And the person who owned it before, I don't even think they with the company because the SharePoint don't even link to nothing.
Dang.
So I don't know. This was the first task I ever got that I was like, I don't even know.
Mm-mm.
And it wasn't even like I could be like, oh, I can't do this. Like, this is literally a very
high up man or woman.
Can't tell them no. So I was just like, oh my god. So if I can survive until Friday, mind you, I literally am going to Austin tomorrow. Like, this is supposed to be grandpa time. This is supposed to be for Grampy. This is not supposed to be.
This is real movie stuff.
Feeling crappy. Yeah, literally. Real life music. When I tell you, like, a lot of my experiences really be feeling like the real life movie stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I have a raging headache right now, because I was just stressed out for a full hour. Like, the same feeling as when I jumped in that river.
What?
That stress? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was real bad. So y'all just pray for me. Long story short.
Yeah, well, Mom, when she got on out, she was like, "Mom, it's been a day. How are you? How are you?" I was like, "What's going on?" That makes a lot.
I was like, I literally just got to tell you on the pod.
Yeah,
because
that
it's a lot happening.
Yeah.
But Mom's into better news. Tell us about what's going on.
Okay, so the good news is I got engaged.
What? Wait. Where's the little? Hold on. Because I'm going to figure it out. Hold on.
Give us some time. Give us a
second. It's going live. Actually, just keep going because it's taking a long time.
But yes, I got engaged on the trip, and honestly, this episode is aligning really, really well. Now I do want to hear Denaja's side of it, because Denaja has known since February. And she's had to be quiet. I do not. Majority of all my girlfriends have known since February, and I don't know how they kept it quiet, because every single call I would bring up, "Oh, I don't know when I'm getting engaged, but I can smell it coming soon."
Bro, and wait, first of all,
maybe they can hear it. Fingers crossed.
No, it's not playing.
Okay, well, we could just clap.
Damn. That sucks. Hold on. Okay, just continue. Because
no, you were gonna say your end of it, because I really was like, "What the frick? What is? When did you learn? How did you learn? How did Dammy do it?"
Oh, okay. So all the details, right? So first of all, Dammy texted me, Peyton, and Kelly in a group chat, and is like, "Hey y'all, I want to plan the engagement soon. I need to just know how to like go about this." Like, he was kind of just asking, like, can we help assist with making it kind of like a girls' trip to make sure you did not suspect a thing? Because our biggest thing was like, she will put 2 and 2 together and get 4, realistically. Yeah. And even when you were going on this cruise, y'all, when I tell you I was so stressed, because Faith was like, yeah, I'm just going for comfort. And I was like, in my head, I was thinking she's going to need a cute little dress to wear when she gets proposed to. And I was just so stressed. And I literally remember texting Dammy, like, tell her, you have a dinner or something planned, because I'm trying to drop hints, and I don't think they're hitting.
They're
like,
not.
You need to tell her this. And he was like, yeah. So literally he texted all of us back in, I think it was February. It feels like it was last year. I can't remember when exactly the first text was, right? And was like, hey guys, like, can you guys plan like a girls trip? That way we can just like use that as like a ghost trip, and it's actually going to be her getting proposed to, and it'll be easy because her friends will be there, and like, we'll just coordinate everybody being there, right? So we started planning, and the thing is, because it is a girls trip, we know how Faith is very type A. We're like, okay, well, we got to let her know now that there's a girls trip being planned. So she had mentioned going to Ashford, North Carolina at like one point, right? And we were like in the group chat, like, this is it, y'all. We need to do this. Like, she don't even know she's going to get proposed to. We literally were like egging on a fake trip.
Yeah.
Of us going to Ashford. It switched a couple times. We're like, well, then maybe we should plan it in March, and then, that's around the birthday, so we could plan a birthday trip. Like, we were literally just trying our hardest to make it like not seem obvious,
Yeah.
And Faith is probably thinking, why do they keep canceling and moving around girls trips?
Bro, I was like, this is never gonna happen, bro.
Never gonna happen. We were avoiding calls because we're like, how do we come up with a call for a fake trip. Like, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
It was insane. So we were just trying our hardest to make it happen. And we were like, oh my gosh. And then Dammy was like, you know what, guys, like, I'm just going to do this over the cruise, make it easy. Like, you know, if you guys are able to hopefully try to come, like you can, but like realistically, it's going to be much easier if we just plan it over the actual cruise. And I was like, you know what? Actually, that works out perfect because there were so many time frames we were throwing out based on when the ring would come, based on when all these factors had to be aligned for it to be the perfect proposal, right? And we're like trying to figure all that out. So it worked out perfectly because I feel like, honestly, I think now that I've seen proposals like through TikTok and also seeing yours, I feel like it's easier when you have it a private moment than have a celebration after.
Yeah.
Versus like having, I feel like it brings in like, okay, which friends do you invite? Who do you have at the proposal? Like, it's almost just as hard as planning like who comes to your wedding, who comes to the proposal, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Dammy made the executive decision. He was like, guys, girls trip is out. But we were like, okay. But literally I was Googling like best proposal places in North Carolina. Like, I'm coming up with a list. I'm literally sending a list in the group chat, like, hey guys, like there's, I don't know if she wants to do like a mansion vibe for like a princess, but there's a little mansion down in North Carolina. And I'm sitting here like, oh, but what if it's a sundown town? Like all the things, bro. I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
And then he sends a text to us like right when he booked the trip and was like, guys, it's gonna happen on November, I think 21st. He was like, it's gonna happen this day. He told us that, right? And he sends a picture of like you guys' cruise booking. And on the cruise booking, I saw that it was gonna be in Puerto Rico. I was like, gonna be in Puerto Rico. I mean, at this point, we hadn't had any details on when said cruise is gonna happen or anything. So I literally was like in the group chat, I was like, oh shoot, like can you please call me or something, or can we text, because I need to know what time, that way maybe I can surprise her after. I didn't want to be a part of it because I was like, that's y'all's moment. I did not want to be. He was like, you could be a secret photographer. I was like,
what's going on?
Yeah, I was like, no, like I want you guys to have your moment. I just want to be able to say hi after. So like I already was gonna be leaving at 7 a.m. Before you guys even land. I think you guys were docking at noon. And I was like I don't know what time frame. And he was like, yeah, Virgin Voyages is being real, like not type A about this. Like they was not giving him, they was messing up details, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like the latest flight leaves Puerto Rico and goes back home at 7 p.m. And that's realistically the time I got to be back for Thanksgiving and stuff. So I was like, as long as they can be for that. He was like, I don't even know realistically the time frame yet, because Virgin Voyages was being real type B about this, right?
Yeah.
But finally, we was like, you know what? It's all good. Like, you guys are going to see each other in January, because I knew it was going to happen in the forest. And I was like, I don't know how to get to the forest. I don't know how to get to said forest. And I thought about what I just went through in El Yunque with the no monkey land. And I was like, I don't know. So literally, Dammy just made the executive decision again. He was like, no, like, you're good. It's all good. And I was like, damn, like, I really wanted to just pop up and surprise you like hours after, but I was like, realistically, you're probably going to get proposed to around 5. That's the time that like was allotted, because it was going to be after your excursion. So I was like, I don't think I can make my flight. I'm going to be stranded with them.
Stranded.
Literally.
Yeah. So
literally.
On my,
it was literally a whole thing.
Yeah.
From February to now.
Yeah, he was like, Nader's gonna come because I know you said he wanted friends around. But so let me tell y'all from my end. So we go ATVing. No, I booked the ATV thing. I'm like, okay, this is the boy excursion, but like, let's do it, because we were gonna do waterfall jumping. It shouldn't end up working. And how you were describing that hike is how the people that we asked how were the waterfalls, they were like, it was a hike up, and they were like, if you don't think you're gonna survive the hike, just stay down in the water. Because in order to get up to the waterfall, obviously you got to hike up. And I was like, I would have been hot. Like this is, I want to just jump on a waterfall, but obviously it's high. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I guess we'll go ATVing. Like, this is your excursion, whatever. So we go ATVing, chickens everywhere. And I thought it was very rude that everybody got single ATVs, and me and Dammy and everybody in our group have to do couples. And I was like, I just think it's a little rude that we paid for 2 ATVs and we have to do couple ATVs. And he's like, oh, like, I don't know. Mind you, everybody on our ATV thing knew I was getting proposed to, because it was supposed to be planned that it was going to be all these balloons. Lola had set up all these balloons, and we were going to take a little hit, like a trail to get to the balloons. And it would be like, will you marry me? But it rained that day. All the balloons flew away. And Lola's a pessimist. Yeah. Lola's a pessimist, and he knew something bad was going to happen. He said he was telling y'all something bad's going to happen. and that was the bad thing that was going to happen. But he had told Virgin Voyages, hey, I'm proposing. So like they already had a bottle of like champagne in our room. Like he has to do it that day. Everybody paying talking about some. When I told her she talking about some, yeah, I woke up like today's the day. Like
No,
Kelly.
literally, Kelly was texting me like, Denasia, like, are you about to be there? What time is it happening? I was like, listen, I don't know what time, but I know what's happening. So be on guard, be ready. Like we was locked down.
Everybody waited. No, literally all my girlfriends on my family knew. And I'm just like, wonder when I'm gonna get proposed to. And I will say my sisters did a really good job because I'd be like, oh my gosh, Sissy, I think I'm gonna get proposed. She's like, shut up. Like she would just be like that. And I'd be like, dang, like frick me, huh? But that's just Sissy. Anyways, and Hope was like, well, I think you just need just to be open to whatever ring he gets you. Da 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 da. Meanwhile, no, she already got the camera, the ring cam. Anyways, so we go ATVing. I'm taking all these pictures. I'm screaming in his ear, like, oh my gosh, like, go as fast as a monster truck. Like, I'm like screaming in his ear. Like, I'm sure his ear got some damage, is how I was screaming because mud was getting everywhere. So, having a grand time. They were taking pictures, and I know Lola was nervous, but I was just having a grand time. And the thing is, I was mad that I wasn't on ATV, but also I was listening to the instructions. And the instructions was low key giving me anxiety, so I just stopped listening. So, I'm glad because it was like, hold this. When I put one hand up, then you switch. That's no.
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl at the end of the day. Thank you. So ended up, what did we end up doing? We ended up getting, before we got to the ATV, he's like, do you need to go to the bathroom? And I'm like, yeah, like, I mean, we've been bumping and jumping probably. And so we get off and I'm so muddy. And we have what's the ski mask on because Black people can be dramatic. Okay, it's just in our bones. Like it's whatever. So the people that came before us was like, you need the ski mask, you need the goggles, you need the spray. Like we go, and they just are mudded up. And I'm like, I'm so scared. Like Lola got white shoes on. I'm like, I need to get you, bro. I literally looked down at him. I said, are you sure those are shoes you want to wear? He goes, yeah. I said, okay. And so, but I got him shoe covers. We got ski masks, and I was like, I'm not paying $35 for goggles. I'm only going to wear once. Girl, mud only got on my hand. I don't know why they were so dirty. I do not know why they were so dirty. But the man is like, he's like, oh, I gotta spray you down. Start spraying my hands down, spraying my legs down. Let me freaking find the photo because I was so irritated because I really do not like when water is in my feet. Like it makes me so uncomfortable.
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm literally like, look at this, bro. Like that's how wet I am. That's me right before the proposal. I was like, sweet man, I hate my soggy shoes, but I don't have another pair of shoes. Like, and the thing is, I told him I was gonna take off my pants, and he's like, I don't think you should take off your pants. Like, I think you should keep them on. And I was like, but I want a pair of dry pants because I thought I was gonna get mudded up. Anyways,
yeah.
We ended up going to we ended up walking up the hill, and the couple next to us is like, oh, like hello, da da da. And Demi's like, are you gonna go to the bathroom? I'm like, yeah. Like, what are you worried about my bladder for? But like, whatever. Go to the bathroom, and I low-key almost break my nail because I had to hold the door so that it wouldn't pop, like open out. So I'm like washing my hands, whatever, and I go, and Lola's like, oh, like, you need to go to the basically the credit card lady. And I'm sitting there like, where's our bags at? He's empty-handed. I'm like, we are not in a place where you like. I'm being a mom, of course, and he's like, don't worry about it. Just go. And I'm like, okay. So I go, and that's what you guys saw in the video. Go to the lady, and I'm like, hello, y'all need me? And I'm in my head, I'm kind of getting an attitude because I'm like, we just got off ATV. Lola wasn't doing nothing that the man didn't say to do. What the frick is wrong with ATV? And my credit card don't got enough for a full ATV rental. I can tell you that. It does not. And so I'm about to get an attitude, and then the lady's like, turn around. I turn around, cue the video. And I'm sitting in my head, I'm sitting here like, what the frick? No. I look like Dora the Explorer. Absolute frick not. No frick. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But I'm like, this is it. This is it. Like, he is on one knee. He got that ring. I didn't know what the ring looked like. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, what the frick? Like, in my head, I'm just keep on saying what the frick. Like, it was just a really what the frick moment. I couldn't even cry because I was in so much shock. Like, I just got off an ATV excursion I didn't even want to do. This was for you. And I'm getting proposed to. And I'm like, where are my friends or my family? Because I told him my dream proposal was to have all my friends and family there. But basically what he told me later was he talked to one of my father figures, and he was like, trying to figure out everybody's schedules, especially with women, is so hard. Like, I don't know what to do. This is what Faith wants. He's like, but at the end of the day, it's your proposal. So do what you want and you'll face basically the repercussions later, if there are any. So then I was like, oh my gosh, yes, da 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 da. And this is why, like, not many people are going to be invited to the wedding, because, like, I get so sappy around Dammy, and it just comes out because I become super super soft, and all
Right.
guards are down, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is on. Like, now watching it back, I'm like, ugh, I am just so soft. This is like, y'all, not everybody's supposed to be seeing this, bro. Like, I am a
Bro,
gangster, okay?
when you do your vows,
Bro, I already told Dammy, I told him today, I said, we're going to have to take all the pictures before because I'm going to be a mess down the aisle and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get my vows out.
no,
It's,
literally, it's giving disclaimer at the beginning, like, hey y'all, this ain't, hey, what happens in this room?
so after that, I'm like, there's this little white lady and she comes up. So she's like, not to ruin you guys' moment or make it about me, but I will say that is the second best proposal and the first one is mine. Like, I love that. She's like, let me see the ring. She's like, I'm so happy for you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. Random white lady. And she tells us about her proposal. And she's just like, I'm just so happy for you guys. That was so great. You just didn't know. I said, girl, you know what? You see me. You know I did it. So then I just started taking videos about how happy I was and stuff like that. Then I start calling. I start calling everybody. It was
girl, I thought you said I started coughing. I said, whoa, what?
no coronavirus. No, but before I started calling, that was in the bus. Before I started calling, I was like, tell me how it is. He told me how basically everybody freaking knew except for me. And I'm like, how did my friends keep their mouths shut? Like, I was like, my friends are the best secret keepers. I had absolutely no freaking clue. Like, me and Nature were making the outline, and she knew one of the episodes was gonna be us talking about the engagement and stuff, but she couldn't say nothing, so she just let me go about making an outline. Like, how?
Yep. Girl, literally, we are changing names of group chats to make sure we don't accidentally text in a chat with you in it. Like, it was a lot of work because it's like we're talking about it so much outside of you, and it's like it's very easy to just be like, oh yeah, like, and slip up. And I was like, well, no slip ups. Like, we got to be on our Zoom. We was on our P's and Q's for real. Anytime you brought it up, I was like, oh, it'll happen, mom. It's like, trust the process. Like, very much just very mundane answers. Even like the whole nails thing, I was like, I couldn't even hint because I was like, if you get any inkling that something's happening.
And I'm gonna have a word with my nail tech. This is why I miss Kayla so much. Like, y'all, this is what my nail looked like. Chipped. Okay. So that's why you really haven't seen a lot of nail pictures, because like I'm so irritated, but I'm like, it really, I have been humbled by this experience because there's been a few things where I've been like, dang, like, I wish, shoulda, coulda, woulda vibes, but it's like, one, you need to be grateful, and two, this man loves you, and that's all that matters. Like, that's literally all that matters at the end of the day. And like, you've always wanted to have a boyfriend. You've always wanted to get married, and he's made the necessary steps to do that. Mind you, this man had the ring since year 2. Okay, I could have been engaged year 2, but he said I wasn't ready, and I believe that. I was not ready. I will say, like, I've definitely progressed attitude wise, adult wise, life wise, every single year being with Dammy, and like through therapy and him just being soft with me, I've definitely become a way better person than I was year 1. Oh, I was a brat year 1. Oh, I dealing with a good, not spouse, I guess spouse now. Dealing with a good partner will make some of your bad things come out, and it's like, ugh, dang, I guess I
it's like, why do I act like that?
Why do I act like that? Oh my gosh. Then you got to do some deep diving on your end. And it's like, it's a lot of work to have a good relationship. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I really do believe Dammy is an angel. And I'd be like, you can tell me sometimes. You can tell me, you know, that during year 1 and year 2, I would say that all the time, but he was right to do it. But he got a princess cut, and he was like, he had the princess cut, and then he took me ring shopping, and this is the exact ring that I wanted, and I don't even want to think about the price, so I'm not, because that's going to scare me. And it goes, no. And I didn't even look at Princess Guts. I was looking at, I think this is a Radiant. Girl, I don't know nothing about
Yeah,
rings. All I know is what I like.
I know oval.
Oval. This is a little bit rectangle. But this is Glinda. She is beautiful. Glinda, because she's glittery, and you guys will seeing a lot of her when I get my nails done soon, probably about next weekend. But yeah, it was just so great. Like, I felt like so amazing, and we basically had an engagement moon. Like, he asked me, I think day 3 or day 4, so we had like a 4 to 5 day engagement moon, and it was just like we would call each other fiance, and Lola was like, well, and fiance is not a nickname. And I said, it's going to be today. Okay, like,
you only get so long to call somebody your fiance.
And I'm like,
I would wear it out.
Thank you. And so, yeah, very excited. I've been taking pictures like this. Like, I've told my entire team, they were so excited. My mentor was like, finally. I said, bro, shut up. But
like, come on.
And the thing is, like, it's all in due time, because Dammy is a man with a plan, and I trust him. You know, there was I like, oh, when am I going to engage? But it was just like me being annoying. But like, at the end of the day, I knew it was coming, because he wouldn't have taken me ring shopping, and he wouldn't have, like, a lot of the stuff he was doing before makes sense. Moving into a new space, he was like, I that was very strategic, because I wanted us to be engaged in a new space. What is it? He kept on like saying like, oh, the day of, he was like, fiance sounds like has a good ring to it. I was like, yeah, it does. Nothing of it. Like,
oh wow,
yes,
oh my gosh,
I'm oblivious. When I tell you I turned my brain off with that man, he actually told me during the airport, he goes, I need to turn on your brain just for a little bit, okay? Just because you're not thinking. And I was like, okay.
Damn. Now she's switching it up.
Okay. Good, I guess. I literally, I was just on my phone, like, doo, 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 doo. Like, literally, my brain is doo, 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 doo. And whatever TikTok song is in it at that moment. That's it.
Literally. That's it.
That's it. But all of my sister, my sister doesn't really show emotions that often. But she was like, I called her, and I actually screen recorded everybody's reaction. So I'll be posting that eventually. Yes, it was so great. And majority of everybody knew. So like, it was just like, they were like, oh my gosh. Like, Payne was like, oh my gosh, finally. And mind you, everybody been known for literally.
Literally, I was like, damn, like, so part of me was like, I really wish we could have been surprised too, because the excitement of seeing you just hold up the ring, I was like, yes. Yes. But also, I woke up out of a nap, so I really was surprised. I said,
that is the fact that I woke up Denasia, her sleeping pattern.
I was waiting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You weren't.
I was like, I don't know when it's gonna come, but I know it's gonna come.
It's coming. So I'm going down all the lists, and then I'm like, okay, well, everybody pretty much knows, but Fee is one of my closest friends now, but we've gotten like really close in the past like 3 months. So she wasn't looped in. So I was able to call her, and she was in the dark, hair disheveled, but I was like this when I called her, and she literally started sobbing, and I was like, this is what I'm talking about.
This is what I want.
Yeah. She was like, I'm just so happy for you. And literally, I have heard so many stories of my friends saying, like, I have watched that video so many times, and I was sobbing. I'm like, bro, I couldn't even cry. Why are y'all crying?
No, literally, I'm calling her. I'm like, are you crying? Like, I'm like, come on. Like, we didn't hear.
No, like, but the thing is, the wedding will make up for it. It's going to be like, okay, girl, you cried again. Like, I was like, seeing all my bridesmaids in their dresses, I'm going to be sobbing. Because y'all know I love when all my eras come together. Like, y'all know I love it. Like, I am going to be crying that whole day. I'm probably going to wake up sobbing. And it's all going to be happy sobbing. But, like, I'm going to have so many, my bags. I'm a crier. So the fact that it didn't happen, but like, I was just so excited. And we've just, I think I've talked about this, but we have been in our honeymoon phase pretty much the whole 4 years. Unless I'm on my period or something really bad is happening at work that's affecting my mental health or school, we've been in a honeymoon phase. So it's been, but this honeymoon phase, and also on Denasia, like, it's like elevated. I didn't even know our honeymoon phase could be elevated. And I'm like, bro, we're not even married yet. And it's like, I'm like, hi, fiance. How you doing, fiance? And like, if I have an attitude, he'll be like, look at that left hand. And I'm like, okay, friend. Like,
bro, imagine when you get to your actual honeymoon.
Bro, I know. It's going to be in Bali. We had our
Imagine.
honeymoon picked out year one because Lola loves elephants. So I was like, oh, like that works. I've always wanted to go to Bali. So like the
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. But yeah, no, it's just been like really, really lovey dovey. It's been very much like usually I'll call him sweet man, but he'll be like, what's my name? And I'm like, fiance, I'm sorry. Yo.
Bro,
Or
but that's what I'm saying. Like you gotta make use of it because you only have it for like you guys gonna
two.
be engaged 2 years. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can only call him fiance 2 years out of a whole lifetime.
Exactly, exactly. And like husband's gonna have another ring to it. I will say, saying fiance instead of boyfriend does sound a little pretentious. I'm going to have to get over that. Like it just, I think it's just the brain switch. Like,
Oh, okay.
you
I
know,
thought you better say somebody said something. I
no,
was
no,
about
no,
to
no,
be
no.
like,
No. But I will say, I think I had a few people from what I've heard and who I've talked to, a few people scared because I've told y'all time and time again, when I get engaged, it's like it's over. I'm gonna be posting da 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 da. But I got engaged and then I left the internet for about 5 days.
yeah.
And literally one of our closest friends, Peyton, she gonna call me yesterday talking about something. She's a scheduled call friend. So I was like, what the frick? She's like, hey, you've been heavy on my mind. I just want to see if you're okay. You said when you're gonna get engaged, you're gonna be posting, and you didn't post. Girl, water. Lola has told me time and time again, do not bring your phone in the shower. But I got a little Octa Buddy so it sticks, but I didn't put water on it so it really stuck. So then it fell, and then the water collected, shot into my charging port. Lola told me don't charge it. I didn't listen. I charged it prematurely, even though he's the tech guy. And then I broke my charging port. So I could not charge my Lola's like blow drying it, like trying to make like going like this, downloading apps to like do the little sound to the water. He doing all of it and nothing's working. And so I was like, it charged a little bit so I could like change some, thank the Lord, so I can exchange some money like for Bank of America. But yeah, it was really just like, and I was also very overwhelmed. I was extremely overwhelmed because everybody was commenting. A few people were like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the wedding. And I don't know what that entails because I don't want to have to be the bad guy Chun-Li because I'm a recovering people pleaser. But I will tell you, you're not invited to the wedding. Like I feel like if you know, you know, and if you're a little bit hesitant, you're not. Like that's just kind of it. And like the lady, I got really into being engaged like year two, and so for good reason. Something was ringing. My proposal ears was ringing.
Yeah.
But I guess I wasn't ready, and I wasn't. I ended up. The lady basically said, if you would not pay $100 for their dinner, do not invite them to their wedding, and I wouldn't do that for myself. Okay, for a lot of days, except for my birthday, probably, maybe not even that. So yeah, like I'm like, and then my grandma's like bringing out my mom's corset from her wedding and back in the 2000s, talking about you got to wear this. Do I?
Honestly, moms, what you could do is maybe take part of it and like mesh it into like your dress.
Yeah,
Make it sentimental, but you don't gotta wear it necessarily if you don't like it. You know?
I think I could definitely make something shake if I do a few outfit changes for the engagement party.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, it's been really, really great. I do plan on posting more content from the actual engagement day because I've really been lacking, but I'm just getting more adjusted now to regular life. And like, we're having a long engagement, so I'm not stressed at all. Like, the engagement party will be sometime next fall. The people that know the actual date know. We're going to be looking at venues soon for the engagement party. And we want it to be a destination wedding, but we need to look at what that cost look like. Because Dammy is huge on no debt, and he's huge on we are not taking out a loan for a wedding, which I didn't know people did.
Really? I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So, yeah, all in all, really, really great time. I'm so glad I'm a fiance. I feel like this is another level of adulthood I never thought I'd get to. Because I feel like all this time I felt like a teenage girl, but now with this ring on my hand, I'm like, for example, I have always served, like, if Lola's gaming and I'm cooking and I'm like, for example, when I'm recording, I'll bring him food. So it's not, well, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I give it to him today. He's like, this what being engaged is like? Don't piss me off. Because I've been bringing you food to your gaming room every single week. Like, don't.
Literally, this
like,
is not new.
Not new. But yeah, no, it feels really good. It feels like, I feel like during these big life things, like engagement, wedding, babies, like, you really see who your true friends are. And it's just been like really good to like get that. I cannot wait to see my friends for 3 years straight. That I get to see my friends during the engagement party. I get to see my friends during the batch, and I get to see my friends in the wedding. Like, I am selfishly so
And
freaking
that's 3 guarantees.
3 guarantees, bro. I am so excited. Like, my sisters are going to be my maids of honor, so it makes it really easy because I don't really have to pick between a friend, you know. Like, and
Yeah.
my bestie was a little hot when I told her that. I said, "Hey, Beast, y'all have heard about Beast's name? Hey, Beast, like, just letting you know, Hope and Joy be my maids of honor." And she's like, "Well, who made that rule?" I said, "My mom."
Oh,
And she goes, "Well, it's not your mom's wedding." I said, "Well, this is the one time listening to my mom because it makes life really easy." She's like, "Okay." And I asked her to plan my batch, and she was like, "Well, no, because I'm not your maid of honor." I said, "When were you ever this spicy? You have never. I'm the spicy one in this relationship. What the frick?" But I was like, "Okay." But then I was like,
man.
yeah, when I tell you Bisa has never been that spicy, I was like, oh, she's really kind of taking this to heart a little bit. But I was like, okay, like, she has her right to feel how she feels. But then I was like, at the end of the day, who's really gonna plan it as close to me as possible, even more? Denasia. So yeah, yeah,
That would be me.
yeah. And I think I probably even asked you. When did I even ask you?
You asked me because I remember being stressed out in school. So it had to be at least 2 years ago because
Yeah,
I was like, how early do I start planning this thing? Like, literally, I was like, oh my God, this is such a huge responsibility. I remember being like, I'm literally a teenage girl. Like, I can't plan no bachelorette. And now here we are. And I'm like, okay,
yeah.
let's do this.
Denasia has had this role for a minute. She's really like the interim maid of honor, basically. Because she's about
Basically.
to be the money collector, and just me
Yeah.
planning and with 2 other girls planning a batch. I'm like, being a debt
Yeah.
collector is something.
Literally, I was a little nervous. I was like, oh, I gotta tell people get their money straight. That's not a fun job.
But the thing is, I have been telling all my friends in sophomore year, get your money right. I said a penny a day. So
Shoot. The way these flights look, it's getting more like a dime a day.
dollar a day.
Shoot,
Okay.
you a quarter.
Okay. But we definitely will have a fun time there. Like, we have a lot of fun things in the next coming years. Like, we
Yeah.
got a lot of big life changes coming, type of Black girl and individual. But
Yeah.
yes. Bud Frick, what minute are we at right now, moms?
We're at an hour 11.
Yeah, so it's giving more so life updates.
No, literally, it's giving life updates, and then
Yeah.
we'll see how that's week for real.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. So Bud is my friend. Went to HBCU, but she went to NCAT, and she has a lot of friends. And her friend turned 25 within a week of each other. And so one of her best friends from NCAT. So they're doing a huge HBCU trip to Cabo. And I just booked my ticket. I mean, my hotel was giving pay later. Okay, pay a week before the trip, but it's done because Travel Tuesday had really good deals. And so going to Cabo, and yeah, here's the thing. I told myself I really wasn't going to travel, but between the big things we have coming up for Type A Black girls, and I'm already going to Italy in June, like I got Cabo in October. It's just like me not going on a flight for a year is truly insane. That I will be miserable. So
For a year. Oh, it was
you
never.
know,
Yeah.
it never gave that. And then on our road trip, we were talking about going to Vegas for Valentine's Day. So like, it's whatever. I won't be traveling every single month, but if you can't be traveling every single month, shut your mouth off. You know what I'm saying? And then also going on a cruise in about 10 days, 10, 11, about 2 weeks, with all my cousins. So that will be, it's Carnival. So I'm a little bit scared for my extremely scared. This grandpa that was in line with us for Southwest was like, the people were dressing very opulent, like thoughts. That was his way of saying thoughts. I was like, I have never, white people slang is so crazy because I would have never thought, but I was like, it's Carnival. So
Opulent. I would have to Google that one. I'm not gonna hold you.
and I was like, and then he was like, I had to switch my room because they were running. And if you like sleep, don't go on that cruise. Like, oh, he was hot. And he was like, no, this is just telling me that I need to give my money to the Lord because, and like,
Oh, they pissed him off.
he was hot. He's like, I told my friend if they ever want to do a cruise again, let's just go to a casino. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Mandalay Bay is not much better, but I'm not gonna tell it that.
I'm not gonna tell him. Yeah, so
Try that if you want to. Bellagio don't got what you need either.
God, what you need. So he was like, yeah, I'm going to give back. Like, I need to give my money to the Lord. Like, just because I have the money doesn't mean I should be spending on these things, crazy things like this. I'm like, hey, get it how you live it, Mr. Man. But
He
I
saw
mean,
them twerking in that little circle. You know the videos of people twerking on the Carnival cruises? He saw them twerking and got in his knees.
oh, he was hot. He was
Yeah,
hot. He was
that's
arguing
cute.
with himself the entire time we were in line to get to our seats. And you already know Southwest seats it's the Hunger Games. So
No, for real.
yeah. And then my thorn is we're girl, basically I'm one of the 8-day Virgin Voyages cruise. I will say, if you are under the age of 35 to 40, I would not suggest you go. I think this is good for parents cruise, good for your gay aunt or uncle cruise, or your grandpa. And very LGBTQ and vegan friendly. Oh goodness. Everything was vegan option, gluten-free option, and you could tell who was like the gay leaders because they definitely had like groups. Like it was a lot of like male groups, and you had the baby gays, you had the like literally there was one night where I swear this gay leader was walking in slow motion. Like and then I saw him and he had like Louis Vuitton luggage, and I was like, you are the leader of the gays. You're the leader. It was just like it was great
Oh,
because
my
me and Lola like to be sloths, so it was great. We would sleep, eat, watch a show. They had Wi-Fi on the cruise that you didn't have to pay for, so that was great. Like
Oh, wow.
bro, the hammocks. Oh my gosh, just looking over the water and reading my new iPad that I got. Oh, I was lit.
Oh, love.
I was lit. Like that was my kind of vacation. But I will say, there's no like vending machines, so like if you get sick of the food, well,
Oh,
and the food was so rich, had my stomach just jumping jack.
jump for real. It's
Um,
giving beatbox.
I'm talking about like, oh, you know the lady, she's like zoom 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 zoom. That's
What?
oh, Pitch Perfect.
Horizontal running? Wait.
I was mom, yeah, on Pitch Perfect, the black girl, she's like zoom 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 zoom.
I do not remember that. I do not remember that.
Oh my god, if you know, you know. But I would say, like, I definitely am going to be doing a full review of Virgin Voyages on TikTok, but do not go if you're trying to get fits off because they will look at you like, what is she doing? It's giving business beach casual, okay? Yeah, and then like we had some excursions. St. Croix had rocks throughout the entire freaking ocean. Lola lost his Apple Watch. It was just like I got 2 clips from that day. And then this man that was taking our picture, if you are taking a picture, it is not your decision to change whatever mode it is. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go in the portrait. Oh, I was hot. I like live video, so keep it on live photos. So keep it on what we got. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what the frick are these portrait videos? Like, what? Oh, I was so irritated. But all in all, really, really great time. And my thorns are that we were at this thing called Gung Bay, and everybody, all of the 40 pluses, the food bloggers, was like, "This is so fun!" Da 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 da. And you like take sake, you do a game. It's fun. But if you're around fun people, we were around probably like a 40 to 50 couple and like a 60s couple,
Oh
and
my.
yeah. So the 40 to 50 couple, they're like, yeah, we have 8 kids between us. This is our second marriage. What? 8? And he's like, yeah, the stepdad, girls are so hard. I was like, I understand that when I got 3 and I didn't like any of them. You see what I'm saying? So then he started talking, and Danny was just like, what is he talking about? Mind you, I'm motion sick because like we're at the end of the boat or the front of the boat, and I'm like, ugh. And he's like, they're like, come back, come, like just yelling. It's loud, everybody yelling, and he's like, yeah, so I take a diuretic. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I take a diuretic, I take protein powder, I take all this. And then because I went to the doctor and they said I had low testosterone. So then,
Oh, I don't even know what a diuretic is.
it makes you poop. It makes you, it cleanses you out.
I feel like the protein powder plus that just can't be a good mix.
Can't be. And he was like, oh yeah, I literally have. And I was like, oh, did you bring it? Because that sounds like a daily thing. And he's like, yeah, I have a bag full of protein powder in my. It's never that deep, bro.
Never. You're
It's
not even
never,
working out.
it's never that deep. And then when me and Dammy were debriefing in the bed, she was like, what the frick was that? Literally, there was this one lady and she's like, yeah, like she was talking for her husband because he was also motion sick. And he was like, yeah, yeah. Like this, like that. And Lola was like, quiet boy over there. And I was like, bro, why would you call
Why would he say that? Like, that man's fighting for his life.
literally fighting? And then like, so like they had really, really good ice cream. Mind you, they were giving us appetizer portions for everything. And it was just like, I'm not leaving here full. That restaurant in Test Kitchen, I was so excited for Test Kitchen. No. It was literally just random Michelin star, random stuff. And I was just like, I need a burger after this. I should never leave a restaurant and say I need a burger. If you
Yeah.
want a burger, eat a burger. But like I did, obviously didn't pay, but like whatever. So ice cream comes and they're like, oh well, I lost 10 pounds last week and he lost 15 pounds last week, and we haven't eaten ice cream in a year.
What does that got to do with me?
So now and they're like, and then the other people are like, I guess I'll have some ice cream. I'm like, I guess I will too, be making fun of me feel kind of bad. Also, this ice
Right.
cream is vegan. Like,
It was vegan ice cream?
yes, bro. And it was solid. Like, I will say, all the vegan ice cream was really, really solid. Like, the little V and GF was everywhere. They were like, every
Wow.
time they would sit us down, do you have any allergies? Every time. Yeah, it got really crazy. I was just like, towards the end of the time, I was like, I just want some hot Cheetos. Like, I'm tired of this. Like, I just want some Cheeto Puffs. Bro, I got Takis and Cheeto Puffs, and I was in heaven when we got off the boat. Like,
I
it was
want some Takis and Cheetos Puff just listening to it because I didn't
right.
even know they made what how do they even make that?
Moms, I don't know, but they do. And I mean, it was solid, but I will say, like, the white middle-aged couples on there was like, this is the best food I've ever had. This lady was yelling in the restaurant, this fish is exceptional. Not a single scale, not a single bone. This is the best fish I've ever had. And I was like, how was it? Because he got it twice. He's like, I mean, it was good fish, but like, I mean, I like fish.
Never required all that.
Never required all that. Like, moms, and I will say, going on a cruise will make you want to work out. If you want some inspo, going on a cruise. And the thing is, people was working out every morning. It was like, okay, all right. Like, and they had a really nice gym, but it was just like, okay, like we are having our good food. Let's kind
You're
of
on vacation.
like whatever. But it was just like, it was just a lot. It was a lot of grandpas and grandmas, retirees. It was obviously what you would expect, but if you want to have some fun, because we were talking about like talking to there was a group of like young black folks like us, and folks is crazy, young black people like that aged me a little bit. I'm feeling 24 a little bit. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 24. There was like, yeah, Lola was like, how was it? And he was like, that was everybody's response that was under 30. Like I won't go back.
Wow.
But I will say the lack of little stompers and strollers, truly exceptional. It was an all adults cruise. It was so great. I love that part. Just not hearing children, chef's kiss. The staff, I felt like they actually potentially may have enjoyed their jobs. Like they were on their phones, but like they were still attentive to us. They were very attentive people. Like even the performers, you'd see them like regular people just there. It was truly like y'all might just like y'all jobs. They was chopping it up with us. They didn't look miserable. They did not look miserable, and I've seen on Royal Caribbean they look a little miserable.
Oh,
And
wow.
the thing is, a lot of them are on there for like 2 years, and then they get a year off. Like it's a crazy industry, I will say, but you hear a lot of accents and you see a lot of colors because it's everybody on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, I would not go back. I think we're going to try other cruise lines. I think next time we want to do one that starts in Europe. Just to do like a Europe.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like the Norwegian cruises sound cool.
That's that one, Princess, and then I thought Celebrity Cruises. There was Celebrity on there. That's just what it's called. There's no celebrities.
Yeah, I've been bamboozled as well because I would have thought the same, and I would have been like, well, which celebrity's on this one? Because if it's not,
in my head, I'm thinking the celebrity in the middle, everybody meeting up. That's not the case.
That's false advertising, in my opinion.
Thank you, because there should be at least one celebrity on there. But my migraine is going crazy, I will say, and I know yours is too. So I don't even think we're going to do. Why would you say that?
Oh, my head has been pounding since minute 2.
Yeah.
Love y'all down.
Love y'all down.
It's about to be 1 a.m.
He has to still pack.
I gotta pack.
So,
but I'm so happy we had a good catch up because I mean, realistically, I feel like we always end up having one during every season. You guys know, like, life be lifing, and it just happens that it just happens in the middle of our seasons usually. So this is perfect.
Yeah, this is perfect. And next episode will be what it's like living with the man. So it'll be consistent with what I got on this finger. Okay.
Yeah.
Realistically. So y'all say bye to Glenda, and we're gonna tap in with y'all soon. Okay.
Yes. Make sure y'all follow us and tap all of our links. And join the group me, please.
Join the group me. It's a fun time.
We gonna keep saying it. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
You're gonna be sick of us, but it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's okay.
All right.
Love y'all.
Bye.